Do you commonly make messes you need to clean up? This may be for you. This is the RYOBI 1+HP Swift Clean Mid-Size Spot Cleaner. It runs off their 18-volt battery. Now let's take a closer look at exactly what this is and how well it performs. Then we'll come back and talk about pricing, about warranty, and what we think of it. This is a brand new RYOBI unit. It's the model number PBLHV704, and it's their mid-size spot cleaner, part of their Swift Clean system, and it's powered by the 18-volt 1+ battery, obviously 1+HP designation there on the side, so powered by the 18-volt battery, which will go right here in the back. Now you can buy this as a kit, which would add the K designation on the end of the model number, or as a bare tool with the B designation on the end of the model number. It comes with these two accessories here, so the brush that's right here, and then more of a rubber bristle. Those are usually great when vacuuming for like dog hair, things like that, whether it be automotive interiors or carpet in a house. It works great for dog hair and other things. And then you get some RYOBI, basically some oxygen concentrate or OxyContin concentrate with this as well. And everything's kind of self-contained other than these couple of units here, which one of these will actually pop on there. And I believe we're missing an accessory, and I'll go over that here in a moment. But everything else is self-contained on the unit, which I like. I like when there's hoses and cords that there's a place to put all those things. And in this case, there are no cords. There's just a hose that hooks here onto the nozzle, and everything clips into place. So you can see the 4-foot hose wraps around the base of the tool, and then it clips in here and holds that very nicely. And when you pull this wand off, you can slide off this nozzle here, and then you see we have another nozzle here, which is more of the crevice tool. So you just press this button here and it slides off, and then that slides on right here. So again, that brush and crevice tool to get in those smaller spots. So basically what this thing does is it uses an onboard tank right here where we put solution in, and then you can actually use this little sprayer nozzle right here and press this button, and it's actually going to spray the fluid out of this little nozzle right here and onto the surface that we're trying to clean, and then it's going to vacuum everything and replace it back into, or not replace it, but take all of the water and soap concentrate, pump it through this system out onto the surface, and then it's going to return all that with the dirt, grime, and everything else. And this is kind of your this is your holding tank, if you will, of the ugly water, of the gray water, of the dirty water, and all the junk that it's pulling out as well. Now the key is does it work? And we're definitely going to find that out here in just one moment. Now we have a handle that's right here in the top of the tool, so it's very easy to carry this, and it's not a heavy tool either. We'll weigh this in just one moment. And just to give you an idea on size, it's about 15 inches long, probably 16 with a battery, and with the handle about 14 inches tall and about 9 inches wide. So it's not a huge tool whatsoever. It's going to fit in some pretty tight spaces without you having to make room for it, if you will. So I like kind of the medium size, and hopefully the performance goes along with, being better than kind of a handheld unit, but also offering the portability with a little horsepower behind it. Now, as I mentioned, we get a 4-foot hose, and that hose is clear, and if you look inside this hose, there's actually a smaller hose that's actually feeding the solution to this nozzle right here. So there's no additional one on the outside of this hose. It feeds internally in through here and starts in this tank here. So we don't have to worry about that. And this is a 4-foot lead on this hose. Now the nozzle itself is supposed to be 7 inches, and yeah, that's right at 7 inches wide. You can see the broom nozzle here. It just slides right here into place and then clips in. That's held nice and tight. And if you want to clip it out, do that. And then if you want to put your rubber nozzle in, the width fits perfectly inside there, and then just push it down to lock it into place. And you can use those bristles or that brush to actually help do the scrubbing as well. Now here on the top of the tool, we have a power button for on off, so push it to go on, push it to go off, and then we have a release button here for this front tank. So let's take a look at that. First, we have to lift this handle up to get the solution tank off, and then you just lift it straight up. And here's the solution tank. This is where you'll put your soap or your concentrate and your water. And actually to do that, you flip it upside down, and then you take this cap off here and put your solution in and your water in. And then it flips back the right side up and slides right into here. And then your handle goes down to hold it in place. And here on the front tank, as I mentioned, we have a little ejection button here. And it really doesn't do anything other than allows us to fold forward. So you can see without doing anything, I can't lift this lid. I can't lift the whole tank. If I hit the eject button, it's going to fold forward. And that's going to catch all your spent water and concentrate all your dirty stuff. Now I can flip this lid up and take the lid off of here. One thing that I did notice was pretty cool is there is a float valve right here. So you see this, as this fills up, of course air suction is coming in here up through this tube and into this container and then returning through here. And as this fluid fills up, obviously that could spill over into here and just pour fluid everywhere, but that's not the case. As this fills up, this will actually come up, and then you see it will actually close off that space there. It's going to close off the air. Once it loses that suction, they said the unit will turn off within 10 seconds. So it's pretty cool. It's going to block that fluid from actually being pulled in there, and the suction of that's going to hold it against there as well as it rides up. So that's just an extra preventative caution from dumping fluid everywhere, because if that's the case, it would be dumping fluid out the exhaust of wherever it's exhausting air, which I'm assuming is probably this right here, maybe somewhere else where it's actually venting into the atmosphere all the spent air. Let's get some solution in this and then actually try it out. Get the lid on here. Again, lift this handle all the way up, and then this comes right off. Okay, it says heavy spills to fill to the, where's it go? There we go. So half tank 18 ounces and full tank 36 ounces. And it says mix 1 ounce for heavy stains. Have no idea how much an ounce is. Do you guys, can you tell me what an ounce is? Anyway, I'm going to assume, I don't know. That's probably more than an ounce. But anyway, if this is 6 ounces, yeah, we'll make sure we've, a little more never hurts, right? And then we'll dump our water in. Y'all didn't think I was going to spill this, did you? And right there. Put our cap back on. It says don't cross thread it. And you can see it doesn't drip. Not yet anyway. Slides in there. Handle goes down. Now that's in there. We didn't get this as a kit, but they sell it as a kit with a 4 amp hour battery, or they're going to sell it as a kit with a 4 amp hour battery. So that's what we will use, and it is a high performance battery. So those of you wondering, am I using an HP tool with an HP battery? Yes, of course I am. So now it looks like we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and hook up our nozzle, and let's put our crevice tool back where it goes. Lay our bristle brush aside. Shall we try it before we get the carpet over here? Let's go. Okay, obviously the power button turns on the vacuum, and let's see. Yeah, so obviously that also activates whatever pump is pumping this. I had a little pressure and now I've got nothing, so turn that on. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, that's a pretty wide swath. That's cool. Okay, so we've got a nicely stained carpet here, and if you can't see it, there is a stain that kind of goes around, kind of like this. I know the majority of it's right here. In fact, we just made it, and we have footage of that you're probably seeing. Oops. Coca-Cola, something that just is not nice on any type of material or fabric. And then we've got some good old Florida thunderstorm mud tracked in that we freshly put on here a couple of hours ago as well. So we'll make sure that's nice, and that's still soaking wet, as you can see right there. Nice sticky mess. So I believe the first recommendation was just kind of to vacuum up the stuff that's already in there. So not adding any concentrate yet, so we'll try that. Turn on the unit. And you see where it's pulling up this, which, by the way, there's little holes right here in the tip of this that's actually performing the suction. Okay, now we'll go with the solution. So we'll go ahead and turn the unit off, and we'll just scrub all this in. I'm pretty impressed so far, because what you're looking for is that travel of solution up this, and you're looking for clean solution, not dirty solution. And it's already doing some decent cleaning here and removing some of that soiled part, and I'm seeing some of the white suds, and we could even go back over it with some just pure water if we wanted to, but for now we'll just stick with the soap, but let's keep doing that. And you want to keep this tip up like this, which again is pulling that suction through these small slits right here. And this is where we had the mud, so this is where you're definitely seeing some dirtier fluid being extracted. Going to hit this with some product again, solution. I'm sure you could keep this on to scrub this in, but just to conserve battery life, we'll leave it off. Which, by the way, this is already cleaning up very well. In fact, I'm really not seeing much of the cola stain at all, just a little bit of the mud track. Okay, this is pretty impressive because this has really cleaned this very well. And the cool thing about this is, number one, we can check out what we've extracted out of here. So some pretty nasty stuff in there. Kind of hard to see. I think you can see it there. And if we look here, we really haven't used a whole bunch of the solution, maybe half of it. I guess if we turned it over here. Yeah, so almost used a half of tank in that scrubbing. And this is meant to be a spot cleaner, not to clean a whole area rug, but when you have those spills or have those stains that you need to treat and extract, you can do so. So again, I don't think it's used a whole lot of material. The other thing is, let's take a look here. We had a full battery. So we've used about half of our battery. Again, I'm not surprised. Running a vacuum on an 18-volt battery is something that usually requires a lot of capacity. So not surprised by that at all. The other thing is this is easy to clean up. So you can actually just unclip this right here. You can unclip this. So take the brush off, take the front off. You can clean that up, spray this down, pull this off, clean that up. So easy clean up. As well as there's supposed to be another accessory with this kit, and we did not get it. And it basically goes on the hose end here, and you utilize the spray here that actually circulates back into the hose and just kind of cleans up the hose. So you can literally take the concentrate, spray it, and it just returns it back into the hose as far as like a circulation path to actually clean out the hose and all the grime that you have in that. We did not get it with our kit. Not sure where that was, but it was nowhere in the box. But that should also come with the kit as an accessory. So pretty simple cleanup on all this to clean everything up and return it back to normal. Obviously you can take this out, go and take your lid off and empty that as you need to and get everything back to new. We're honestly impressed with the performance of this Swift Clean 18-volt spot cleaner. And one of the reasons is we had used their handheld cleaner that was more for automotive, but it was kind of all encased in a handheld unit. And weren't that impressed with the performance on that side. So we weren't expecting a lot on this, just a matter of fact. But this one actually performs very well. We think the solution does very well as far as being able to spray it out, as well as the suction for the main thing is actually extracting all that back into the unit and doing the cleaning, and you can actually see what's happening here. You can see it's pulling that debris. You can see it's pulling all the dirty stuff back in, and it provides that extra tank for that and plenty of solution and plenty of the spoil tank as well to be able to capture all that for a pretty large area. We did what we thought was a pretty large area on this rug here, and you can see we didn't really even touch the bottom of this tank. Now pricing on this for the bare tool is $169, and then with the kit with the 4 amp hour battery and the charger, you're looking at $219, and that comes with the brushes, with the nozzles and everything that we've used here, as well as the little accessory we did not get with our kit. So all that would be included with the 4 amp hour battery with that $219. You get a 3-year warranty with that, and you should be able to find this on your Home Depot shelves starting sometime at the end of this summer, and you'll be able to buy the bare tool, I believe, on homedepot.com. So be sure to check it out. We'll have a link in the description. Also keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even TikTok. And if you don't mind, would you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already? And by all means, if you hated our video, well then let us know in the comments why. Have a great day and keep smiling.